Sometimes a woman can talk her out of a relationship. You can talk. We do that.
Yes,
we will talk.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you. And right. Maybe when you're going through these motions of getting to know him, you're realizing, okay, he's a great person, but honestly, I don't fuck with his humor. Like, he could be funny, but he's not funny to me.
And that's why a lot of modern women are getting 40 with 4 cats and no man, because he's a good man, but because he's not funny, you gotta throw that out.
So I saw this when I was scrolling, and I have to say, this conversation, I would have loved to see the full thing. I didn't see the full thing. But with this little bit of a clip, I like to see when there's 2 opposing sides, because it leads to a greater conversation. Because there can be truth in more than one thing at the same time. So first, I want to go for my girl with the glasses, okay, in the ponytail, because she just put her right in check. She like, that's why y'all can't have no man. Like, simple as that. That's why y'all don't have no man, because you want to hee ha ha all the time. You worry because he don't tickle your funny bone, but he checks off all the other boxes of what will make him a good leader and what will make him a good man. And y'all be complaining about that. Okay? And I want to say, the reason why a lot of women are single, okay? Now, this is my observation. This is my opinion, my observation, and I'm going to stand on it. Is because most of the time, a lot of these women they don't even know what makes them happy. They don't know. They can't even be trusted to make themselves happy. They don't know what it takes to make them happy. They be miserable for no reason. They are relying on somebody else to fulfill their happiness, to make them feel whole, to make them feel accepted, to give them all the things that they were lacking from their childhood, to give them direction. They are asking for somebody to come in and literally play every single role to make them feel how they should feel. In the minute that somebody cannot do that, they're upset with them. They grudge them. They hold resentment towards them because you're supposed to heal all my traumas. You're supposed to make me feel whole, not realizing that to get into a relationship, you have to first of all be whole. You have to be whole. People talk about 50-50 when it comes to paying bills. But when you come to a relationship, you need to be 100% a person and have that person be 100% of a person so that the two of y'all can be 200s together. A lot of women aren't doing that. Another reason is that a lot of women are extremely immature. You notice how I said a lot and not all, because I know how y'all be doing in my comment section. A lot of women are extremely immature. They be looking at what made them tingle and what made them kick, what made them feel some type of way from when they were in high school. And then they grow up and then they're grown women and they still want a guy to fulfill those desires that they had when they were 16, 17. Okay, the guy who's so cool and funny and hee ha ha, the guy who, could stay up with you all night and could take you out and could do all these things, is he a good leader? Can you trust his provision? Then y'all be, there's a scale, right? There's like a list of things that would make a man a good leader, right? A good man, a good father, a good husband, somebody who can run an efficient household, right? There's like a criteria, just like there is for a wife. Okay, for a wife, it's like, can she cook? Can she clean? Is she respectful? Does she have class? Can you take her around your mom, your aunt, your this, and any room that you put her in? Not only can you rely on her to represent you well, but you can trust her even when she's around other men. Like, is she clean? Is she hygienic? Is she somebody that you would want your daughter to be when she grows up? Like, there's a long list of things when it comes to a woman. Same thing with a man, right? But in that list, is he a protector? Is he somebody that you can trust and rely on? Is he your confidant? Is he somebody that can lead you and you can trust his leadership blindly? Is he a problem solver? Like, you can have this list, but a lot of women, they tilt the scale and they take protection to, I want somebody who be fighting all the time. Like, girl, that's not the right way to do things. They want the man that can always fight. Next thing you know, he fighting you, then you got a problem. They take that and they forget about all the traits. So they have the protection as the most important. Maybe they felt unprotected as a child, whatever it might be. Now they forget about all the other things and they want to be mad at the man when he's not portraying certain leadership skills. When they can't blindly trust him. When, there's all these other things that he doesn't have and that you didn't look at that. Like, for example, this woman is talking about somebody who's funny. Funny should not be at the top of the list. It's overrated. You want to watch something funny? Put something funny on TV. Okay? People have different senses of humor, and I understand if you want somebody that you can have a good time with and you can laugh with and you can kiki. But is that the most important thing that you should be looking for in a mate? Is their sense of humor? That's childish. Sense of humor can't pay the bills. Sense of humor can't raise children. Let's be honest. Those things are a plus. This is what makes men and women vastly different. Is because men don't sit down and say, she got to be funny. She got to be this. Men look at their that list of things that are extremely important and what they see a wife as. They know how to add or subtract. That's why sometimes, a man will be with a woman, leave her and get with another woman, and the woman be like, she don't even got no personality. She don't even talk. I was full of personality, and you was also full of mouth and full of disrespect. That's why he left you and got with her, that you don't think she has a personality, but she just knows when and where to do what. It's your priorities are out of whack. And this happens to a lot of women. A lot of women's priorities are just out of whack. And I agree with my good sis with the ponytail and the glasses. Like, this why y'all be having cats and don't have no man, because you be waiting for the perfect person that can check off every single box. And some of y'all just be waiting in vain. Bob Marley said, I don't want to wait in vain. A lot of y'all be waiting right in vain for the man who don't come. I'm just being honest. The next thing is, with what the other woman said, it's something that I heard one of my aunts say a long time ago. And she used to say, he could be the nice guy, but not the right guy. And I think that it's extremely important that we look at compatibility. Okay? Compatibility is important. I think that it would be foolish to not talk about that, because it is important to be with somebody that you are compatible with. Otherwise, y'all are going to be living separate lives and be separate people, and you are going to be making this person miserable. There's a lot of men who are already married who are miserable. We don't need to create more men who are married and who are miserable, and vice versa. The women who are miserable, they file for divorce and they just be leaving. We do not need to add to that. It is important that you get with somebody who is like-minded like you, right? Who you mesh well with, who is easy for you to find comfort when you're with them. Those things are very important. And I think that a lot of people overlook the importance of creating a friendship with somebody before you get into a relationship with them. Because whenever you and your partner are at odds, it's much easier for you to reconcile with somebody that you consider your friend first before anything. It's a lot harder to reconcile with somebody when you guys are literally only in a relationship. That's only the boyfriend. That's only the husband. You don't have any common ground. So compatibility is important. But I would think that goes without saying. Hello? Duh. Y'all just be jumping into stuff. Oh, he made me laugh. I want to be with him. Just because he makes you laugh and you guys have a similar sense of humor does not mean that you're compatible. The same way, just because y'all jump in the bed and you guys are compatible intimately does not mean that you are fully compatible. Like, we have to think about these things. There's a lot more that goes into a relationship and to sustain a relationship than just, he made me laugh. That's foolish. That is very, very foolish.
Sometimes a woman can talk her out of a relationship. You can talk. We do that.
Yes,
we will talk.
I'm gonna say something, and this might ruffle little feathers. I don't think just being a good man is enough to stay in a relationship with them.
But when I say a good man, I mean like he's good. That means all around. That means himself, spiritually, mentally, physically.
That's great.
Healthily, like he's a good man.
That doesn't mean that he's the man for you. And maybe when you're going through these motions of getting to know him, you're realizing, okay, he's a great person, but honestly, I don't fuck with his humor. Like, he could be funny, but he's not funny to me.
And that's why a lot of modern women are getting 40 with 4 cats and no man, because he's a good man, but because he's not funny, you gotta throw that out.
Yeah, no. And saying that sometimes they like the cats and that's just what they like is ignorant. Now, girl, you know that don't make no sense. You knew when you said that did not make any sense when you just said that. Okay? Because they're doing it as a coping mechanism, not because they're so happy. And I love that. Okay? I love the way that this woman portrayed herself, and I love the way that she was so matter of fact about it, because what she said is so valid. It's so valid. Again, how can humor be a non-negotiable? Like, that is immature. Very, very immature way of thinking. But I would love to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next video. Love you.